Alrighty, guys, I'm back. Thank you all so very, very much for sticking to that break.
Yeah, one of the old ones, you know, from I think we got them from McDonald's.
Nice.
More than 10 years ago.
Yeah.
We have them as I have them at my parents' place.
Bebeso? I'm slaughtering your name. Welcome to stream. How you doing? Thanks so much for swinging in. It's great to have you here. I know I'm slaughtering that name. For a fact, I know it. All right, there we go.
Yeah. Stacy has a habit of ruining names. Yeah, it's just a thing.
I'm not proud of it. It's just the case.
Everybody's gonna have their thing, you know. So I mean, it's good that you have your thing.
Check this. I'm sorry. I'll check Discord. Yes, sir. Yes, Dad. Hold on.
Oh yeah, Lord. I think Lord sent the picture of where he broke the game.
All right, so here is where he broke the game. Why were you trying to weasel in there? What in the hell are you doing with your life, Lord? How did you glitch it? Are you just trying to find glitches only? Jesus!
Oh, it's just typical gamer behavior, isn't it? It's just typical gamer. I can see it. I want to get in
there. Yeah, that's clipping.
I would never take part in that. What are you talking about, sir?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All accidental. Oh no, it's understandable. It's definitely accidental. But yeah, like I said before we went on break, there was a tweet that went out saying you were going to rebuild and re-release the game, and that got a lot of attention. A lot.
Yes.
Which I thought was quite impressive.
It was great. We got a lot of attention. We're very thankful that people are still interested in the game. We have an active speedrunning community. We started a Discord server, and we are a couple of people there. I think we're about 70 people there now, 70 or 80. So not that much, but I mean we're having a blast. I mean, it's fun to have people around while working on this new. We're rebooting. So what we decided is that we want to kind of make a sequel. We want to make a sequel, but we're not making a sequel in a chronological sense. But rather we're continuing. We're building on top of the old game.
Yeah.
So we're gonna re-release the old game, but
Huzzah!
So it's gonna be more content. And it's gonna be played differently. There's gonna be a bunch of new things with the game.
Julie, we covered it earlier, but Julie did say that always thinking that how much publisher can have effect on the final project. And obviously, we talked about that before, where the publisher was making some compromises and stuff.
Well, I gotta be honest here. So the dynamic of the developer publisher dynamic. Is supposed to be, I mean, the perfect scenario is that, you know, you get along quite nicely and you like each other and you have the same ideas and you like help each other market the game and, you know, etc. But this was the first game that we created, so we had there was a lot for us to learn. I mean, how to take critique was one thing, right? Like be able to take it the right way when someone says, "Oh, this doesn't look that good. Maybe you should work on that more," etc. I mean, that's all culture, you know. It's about culture. It's about what kind of company culture you're having, where you're from, what country, how you're used to speak, how you're used to work as a publisher or developer, etc. When it came to our cooperation, it was more than being a publisher. It was also about being a co-developer. So they were investing time and effort into creating. You know, they created cutscenes. They did some programming. They did the save system, for instance, etc. So we were basically cooperating together. They were making some of the functionality in the game while we were making the main game, so to speak, the actual gameplay, while they helped us with some optimizations and the porting for consoles, etc. So I think that they helped us a lot in when it came to improving the game. Like they raised the quality bar a bit by basically giving us feedback on what we were doing. So yeah.
So
I'm
they were good, but they also a couple bad moments kind of thing, I guess. With any...
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, the publisher did give them a break, and I mean, I'm sure Kevin's just like Leo said, everything's being for comedic purposes and story.
yeah, I'm just having fun. Yeah.
It's just having fun and everything else. But there is actually a question. I don't know whether this is for Leo or not, but it could be for Kevin too. Whether you need to tighten up the graphics on level 3 moments. You know, when you sit, when you. I don't know what he.
I know that reference. It's great.
Okay.
Where does that reference come from?
It's I think it's a commercial for a games education in the US, where they have obviously no idea of how to make games, and in the commercial, like 2 people are playing games together, and then there's another person that walks into the room and is like, oh, you need to tighten up the graphics on level 3, and then they're like, okay, and then they keep playing the game.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'd say that there were a couple of those moments. What do you say, Leo? I hope that you don't feel too uncomfortable about talking about it. I mean,
if you want me to rephrase the question, I mean, were there any moments where you sat there and thought yourself that something needed to be redone and not have to worry about putting your foot in it by accident?
Actually, there was one moment, before in the game, you actually had to switch to the rocket power up in order to float, to do the float ability. So now, so switching to the power up enables you to use the rocket on the R button. But before you had to switch to it and then use the floating on the R button, and that was actually something that the publishers were like, oh, you need to change that. You need to make it always available when you have it unlocked. And my initial reaction was like, no, the R button is the ability button, so we can't change that. And I was fighting with them for quite some time until I realized, okay, I'm completely in the wrong here. I tried it, everyone thought it was much better, and then and that's why you have the floating on the A button now.
No kidding, that's cool.
Yeah, so that was some feedback that they had that helped the game a lot.
Yeah, so I suppose that goes back to Kevin when you talk about how the publishers were helping you to take constructive criticism and you having to learn to take it on the chin, as it were, and go, oh, actually, no, you are right. Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
And I didn't agree with it first, but then I tried it out, and then the rest of the team was like, Leo, this is actually better, and then I was like, okay, I guess I have to.
Fine, I guess.
Yeah, so it's we had many important lessons in trying things out first, not having opinions about opinions before you actually validate an idea. It's very important when you're making games to validate the ideas by actually experimenting, trying them out, prototyping them, and not only sitting in a meeting and having you have the design meeting and we're talking, oh, we should use this button to X. No, Y is better, and you start arguing, and it's not constructive at all. That if you're not careful, that can happen a lot, because everyone's passionate, everyone has their ideas, and everyone has their references, their game references.
Yeah. Actually, that's something I need. I mean, now you've mentioned it. I mean, so we'll start with. The only reason I keep starting with Leo is because Leo is on my left-hand side on my screen, so I always start with Leo. So, I mean, when you talk about game references, I mean, what kind of kind of what games or anime or movies or cartoons or kind of drives you forwards with what you kind of develop and everything else? I mean, what references do you pull from? If that makes sense.
Yeah, for me, I mean, when making this game, it was all about like the controls to make it feel good, the camera and all stuff like that. So the camera was actually inspired by Journey.
Really?
For PlayStation, yeah. They have a really good presentation that's available on YouTube where they talk about how their camera works. And how to align the camera in different shots and stuff like that. So
is that the like 50 do's and
50.
don'ts for camera or something?
50 camera mistakes.
Oh
something
yeah,
like
yeah. That's a good video. It's from a GDC talk, right? A Game
Yes.
Developers Conference talk. Yeah.
that. Yes.
Hmm.
So that's one of them, and then I mean for other games, it's just like Mario and like the puzzles are very inspired from Zelda and Pokemon, for example.
Okay, so I wasn't wrong for thinking Zelda. I felt it's like I'm playing the
think,
puzzles
yeah.
here. I'm like, man, this feels kind of Zelda-esque. Not in a bad way, in a wonderful way. I'm like, what is it?
Oh,
We mentioned Zelda a lot during development.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to Zelda, Zelda's one of those. I mean, Zelda is definitely a game franchise that has influenced a lot of people, not just a single
Wait a
generation.
second.
Ah.
Yes! Jesus Christ, why did it take me so long?
Yeah, I get. I mean, yeah. I mean, Zelda's one of those ones. Back when it was released, it kind of influenced people. So it's been going since the '80s, and it's still influencing people now. And you can tell. I mean, like, the fucking Daisy's just sat there. It's like, yes. And that's a moment you had during the Zelda games when you finally figured out puzzles as well. Is you kind of have one of those moments where you're like, oh, shit, yes, that's it.
Incidentally,
You're right,
great auto camera. Really seems to be, oh, really? My bunny hoppy is so good at speed. Really? That's cool, man.
Oh, I take it that Claygun is one of your speedrunners in your community then.
Yeah, he was talking about that earlier.
Oh, good. So I mean, I mean, with future work and stuff like that. I mean, obviously you were influenced by the Legend of Zelda. I mean, were you influenced by movies and cartoons and stuff? I mean, because you know that type of thing, movies, TV programs. So is any of that kind of stuff that you like? I mean, I like watching film. I mean, when I write stuff for the tabletop campaigns, a lot of the stuff I'll watch programs beforehand, and it'll kind of go, ooh, and it'll strike. I mean, have you had any of those moments when you sat there watching something and it kind of struck you with what's the word I'm looking for? Inspiration, not inspiration.
Kevin, do you have an answer for this?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't. There's no specific movie that comes or movies that comes into mind.
That's why I put the question on you.
Hurry up, man.
Yeah,
Boss is coming in.
because I think we're mostly thinking.
Hey guys,
Thinking,
finished testing that game
games,
yet?
you know,
I've got another one I need designed.
Banjo
We
Kazooie,
just finished level
Spyro,
3 and
Crash
need to tighten up the
Bandicoot,
graphics a little bit.
Great.
Ratchet and Clank,
Hey,
Jak
I
and
can't
Daxter.
believe we got jobs
those
doing
kind of
this.
games.
I know. And my mom said I would never get
And,
anywhere with these games.
Call
Sorry,
Westwood
Yeah,
Zip.
and Zelda, some
800
Zelda
914
vibes we got in there.
Sorry, Zip just found
yeah.
that you need to tighten the graphics to level 3 and Stacey's just broken Stacey.
Oh, Mom said I would never get anywhere with video games, and here I am sitting in my studio going, shit. She was kind of right. Well, you know what? I got a chance to talk to some amazing developers now, namely you two, if you couldn't figure out that I was complimenting you. Yeah, go to hell, Mom. Okay, where the hell
she
am
a
I supposed to
developer?
No, she, me and her don't get along too well, unfortunately. So, you know what? I'm okay with the go to hell mom's moment right here. Oh, I was supposed to go this way. Damn it. Okay, I had no idea.
But yeah, I thought maybe I'd ask because I find that a lot of like game developers, when they're asked that type of question, they're like, "Oh, what it gave you the inspiration for this type of thing?" And they're like, "Oh, I was heavily influenced by the work of like Tim Burton or something like that." I mean, obviously, you get the idea. That's a really bad example considering what Tim Burton's written and directed. It's a bit twisted and weird, but you get the idea. I mean, everyone knows that Tim Burton wrote the original Batman movies with Michael Keaton and Nightmare Before Christmas and Corpse Bride and stuff like that. But I mean, I always like to know what kind of strikes you for the inspiration to. I mean, you have those moments where you're like, ooh. And it kind of gives you one of those ones where you kind of have to grab the pen and paper quickly and write them down.
I think CRT is inspired by Handsome Jack from Borderlands, the Borderlands series.
Really?
Well, that makes a lot of sense now, actually. I mean, Stacy hasn't had much influence with not much interaction with CRT yet. I have. And I'm like, when you mentioned that, I'm like, oh, that makes a lot of sense now, actually. Which is quite impressive. I mean, the other thing is, I mean, usually when me and Stacey, we sit down and talk and stuff like that, I mean, we usually talk about comic books and stuff. Because Stacey's a massive Batman fan. And I thought I'm gonna ask a question and then we'll see. So when it comes to comic books and stuff, is it Marvel or DC? And then if it's...
So I'm a manga kind of guy.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Hey, I ain't gonna wrong you there, buddy.
I'm actually rereading Dragon Ball at the moment.
Oh, that's brilliant. Because Stacey's actually recently discovered anime.
Yeah, well, back when I was younger, I was always like, anime? I don't know. It wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, fucking anime, it's my thing. This is awesome.
I don't know how he's just gotten past. You know where the Elric brothers first discover the Chimera in Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh God!
And Kevin's turned into his room into a disco.
Yeah, you know it. I just happen to have one of these light bulbs. I just put it on for.
Hold on.
It's just,
get some more light here.
Yeah, usually when me and State, it was usually we bring like friends and stuff. But usually one of the questions we always ask is, you know, is it Marvel, DC, and in your case, Leo, it's anime and it's obviously manga, which is nice because that's actually a completely throw me off course. Because usually I go, oh, you know, maybe when people say comic books, Ziploc I think threw us off once when he mentioned Dark Horse comics. I was like, oh, I was not prepared for that.
Right.
But it's a question. I mean, I know I've thrown us completely off topic, but it's usually a question I kind of do just to confuse everybody. And it's one of those ones where you're like, because you're like, oh yeah, what? So Kevin, Marvel, DC, manga in Leo's case.
Yeah, I must say I like Marvel and DC equally because both of them has they have their unique style to come in. I mean, I think Marvel had very like the amount of characters they created and how they managed to establish this. I mean, there are so many characters, and they work. I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. Just you know, as something to. I mean, I don't find them necessarily to be. I love them for what they're trying to be. Like they're just trying to be like nice action movies.
Absolutely.
I think they're really nice. So I wouldn't like to. I wouldn't want to like. Choose the one over the other, so to speak, because they have their unique style. I like the DC comic and the movies are depicted like the really dark.
Oh, there we go.
To...
Sorry, brainstorm. Like, oh, I figured it out.
I love to see people playing these puzzles in particular.
See, the other reason I saw that Stacy was in the middle of the puzzle, so I thought if I ask you the random question at the middle of nowhere, it gives him a chance to make sure that we're not paying attention while he tries to solve it.
Yeah. I like
I'm
how
sorry.
smooth the game plays on your computer.
Really?
Oh, Stacy
Are
has
you
a
trying to
computer.
bash my optimization?
I think
No,
Stacy.
I'm not trying to. It's just non-existent.
Jesus Christ!
Oh.
No, but to be honest, I mean, we put so little time in optimizing the game. We-
Yeah. Does it run 30 FPS? Okay, it's good. Release it.
yeah, it's good enough.
Oh, here's another one from Julie. Simple question. Is there time switching puzzle inspiration from Zelda Skyward Sword? Only game that I know of that uses that kind of switching mechanic.
Yes, it's definitely inspired from Skyward Sword. We thought when we played Skyward Sword, we thought that they didn't use the mechanic enough. So we initially went into the game or like added the mechanic to the game because we thought it was so cool. So and we were like, oh, we can do a lot of story things with this. We can do like things that they haven't explored. We could explore with Scatter and Flux. And then because of time constraints, we didn't get to explore all of those things that we had ideas for. But I think we still it really adds to the game.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm hoping that with all these ideas that you've got with your sequel/reboot idea, when it comes to the next one, that maybe you actually have the opportunity to add these extra things, and if we can maybe if we can build up some hype behind it much more and build some momentum behind it, that maybe a publisher will come forward and go, well, you already have all this hype. Here's all the money you need.
I would love to help you with that. I mean, I'm just a small-time guy, but I would love to, man.
That would be wonderful, guys. I mean, we need all the help we can get in order to reach out to people that likes platformers, and especially now, like we're going to enter into Crash Bandicoot is going to get released. We're going to have a new Ratchet and Clank coming up. We also have what more do we have? We have like more games. I know Hazelight, the Swedish studio that created Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. If you know that game.
Oh, I do.
They are also making a platformer now. So we had a lot of good platformers coming out, which is a good thing and a bad thing for us. I mean, it's a good thing because platformers are getting, being current, or in that sense.
Being back on the rise, as it were.
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, it means that we have more competition, and that people are going to get more picky with what platformers they choose, etc.
I would say Ziploc, there's a couple speedrunners for this game in chat already. If they're still here, you can talk to them about that.
So Ziploc helps run a thing for veterans in the US called Stack Up, and I think he was trying to put together a speedrunning event. So Ziploc, if you speak to some of the speed, just ask the people in chat if they just don't call them out lurking or anything, but ask people in chat if and then hopefully we can try and use Stack Up to try and get Scholar and Flux together with the event, and maybe get some extra momentum behind the speedrunning community. Because I mean, I'd love to find some of these videos now to see people complete the entire game in 13 minutes, because that's got to be impressive.
Oh crap! I'm sorry. Yeah, here, Dark, you got that, bud?
Yeah, hold on.
I appreciate it, man. Sorry, I'm trying not to. The hell am I supposed to?
Oh.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Stacy plays a lot of.
Oh, thank you so much, Aerith.
There you go. Yeah, Stacy plays a lot of Minecraft and everything else, so we have to have very tight knit. So you better repost the link now, Kevin.
All right. Yeah.
So obviously, whenever Stacy plays a lot of Minecraft, you can imagine a lot of people come in and try and post links of things that are rather inappropriate, if you can imagine. Being a mod and then having to manually, some of them I have to open up in a separate program so nothing bad happens. The amount of times I've seen videos of, we won't go down that line.
Oh,
Not
hell
fun.
yeah, please.
But yeah,
join that right quick, too.
hit up the Discord. Talk to the people that they're rather actively talking about the speedrunning community in the Discord, which is kind of it was just kind of fun to read and everything else. I mean,
yeah. So I posted the community Discord server just to yeah, if you guys want to like help us out or just have fun, like, post your ideas about like how to improve on the next game. We're happy to hear your thoughts and engage with you guys.
Kevin, do you want to try it again now, my dude? I have the same thing in my one.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry. Yeah,
I play it because obviously with the tabletop stuff, and when I don't do I play games with my kids. So I have to be very careful with what's allowed in my chat, just in case someone comes in and starts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because obviously I mean, obviously when we were talking about camera angles and the controls and everything, my son has 4-limb cerebral palsy, so he's in a wheelchair. So obviously when he comes and streams with me, I don't really want people coming in and being as you can imagine, that happens. But I mean, obviously, when you said it was 3 years ago that Skylar Unplugged was released. I mean, after the release, and you get sitting there and watching the streams and everything, and you've seen the speedrunning community kind of come out of it. Were you really expecting the game to still be having as much momentum as it has now, or were you just expecting it to drop off, just out of curiosity?
We didn't have any expectations for the game.
We're gonna put it out. If they like it, they like it. I don't care anymore. Please no.
Yeah. Well, we were really hard on ourselves when it came to, like, we had very high expectations on what we wanted to achieve with the game.
Yeah.
So when we had to cut our losses, basically, when it came to, we had to cut a lot of content, and in order to finish the game, we basically thought that we would get very bad reviews and that people would dislike our game. So we just thought that we just didn't have that much confidence that the game would sell. But then when it got released, and we got, what was it, 69 Metacritic score, almost 70 on PC, and it felt like it was a happy. We got very surprised by that the people actually liked our game, and we were very grateful, of course, because it felt really good after working so hard on it.
That's so fucking humble. Dark, would you agree with me that you don't really hear humbleness like that very much? I'm not trying to talk smack about other game developers. Don't get me wrong, please. You don't hear much humbleness. Usually it's like, well, yeah, we knew it was gonna be great. We weren't very hard on ourselves. We were expected to do it. You were just like, no, we were very hard on ourselves. We were trying as hard as we. Well, I didn't mean to do that. Crap. You tried as hard as you could to make a great game that you wanted people to love, and that's it. And you were hard on yourself, and you push yourself to make it great. That's so rare, it feels, unfortunately, which is a sad thing to say, but it seems. Oh, dang it, Stacy. It feels so rare, unfortunately. That's why it's just like, that's cool that you're that humble about this, you know?
Maybe it's not the best marketing strategy when people ask you about the game, and you're like, we worked so hard, we think it's good, but we don't know.
I don't know, I think it was okay.
It's better, yeah. I mean, we felt we had so much to learn also. Like, it was as I said, this was the first game that we worked on. We moved on to work on other games during the years. Like, we've been working on other stuff, and we've learned a lot. It's what we learned is also to not have too high, to not pressure ourselves too much when creating games. Just to understand also that it is really hard to. I mean, you get such a huge respect for the great games that exists out there, especially the older ones that that were created with so little tools. That today we have lots of interesting tools that we can work with. You don't need to be an a savant when it comes to programming in order to make a game. Today you can just download Unity or Unreal or some other engine and watch tutorials on YouTube and get into it and make your own indie game. But back in the day, like 20, 30 years ago, it was much harder to manage or to accomplish making a game that's even remotely interesting for the wide audience, you know.
Well, I'm kind of glad it's easier now, because otherwise, if it was too hard, then we obviously wouldn't have Skylar and Plugs, and yeah, like I said, it's one of my favorite games. I did, yeah. It's just everyone's like, oh, but if it's easier, it just means rubbish. No, it means that if it's easier and more widely accessible, the software and the hardware and everything is more widely accessible. It means that people who wouldn't normally be able to, because software is so expensive, and and everything not being there, they won't release the ideas that they have. And in fact, the software, you have Unreal, Unity, and there's something else that's floating in the back of my head. I don't know what it's called. I'll remember later.
So that's so dope. The game looks
Kevin
so
will just have
dope.
his random message sometime tomorrow.
Hey Lex, thank you very much for the 100 bits. I'm glad that you think the game looks amazing. I'm having a blast with it. Remember, if you like it, it is on Steam right now. Do we know if it's part of the summer sales or probably not?
It's no, but I think.
Okay, that's fine. I just didn't know if it was, I was going to shout it out. That's all I ask.
You can still shout it out. Just go to the Steam store and search Skylar and Plux. It's also like we said earlier. It's also on the Xbox One and it's also on the PlayStation 4 as well. So
if you want, you can get it DRM free on Good Old Games.
GOG.com.
Oh, that's GOG. Yeah.
Nice. I completely forgot about that. Hell, guys, please, in that case, go check out GOG. Just saying, okay?
Yeah. We condone the DRM-free games. Super
Now-
nice.
I look a bit like what?
But what? I definitely said okay. Fair enough. Oh, okay.
I'll
Lex is
definitely have
Lex
to
is saying,
check it out. Good
she said
job, Blah.
good job on the game and everything else. By the way.
Thank you so much.
Right, yeah, the extended sequel remake is kind of. Okay. Fine.
Hey, you got a share from Lexarpoo. What? You had a question there?
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I got distracted by someone saying something weird in my chat. It's fine. I'll go.
Oh, yeah. That's my cousin. Saying that the guy with the t-shirt is so hot.
That's your cousin. Okay. I was looking at it thinking that's a really weird thing to say.
Yeah.
The obviously with the remake / sequel idea. I mean, I just got it's obviously like.
I don't know if I double posted now, but whatever.
If you want to post the link, I have to do it again. So hold on.
Oh no!
Yeah,
But I know. Did I repost? Did I already post the link? Because I was a bit unsure.
It timed you out, and then you only have 60 seconds to post it again. So it's fine. Hold on a second. Yeah. Oh shit! Now even I'm messing up my own commands. That's not good.
Hacker man.
Got rejected twice.
I don't.
I'm messing up my own commands. That's not good. There you go. You should better post it now, Kevin, in my chat. Anyway,
Alright,
status
thanks.
is fine. It's just my one. Yeah. Obviously, obviously, you said it's going to be a sequel, but not chronologically. I mean, what do you mean? Is it an actual sequel, or do you mean more prequel than sequel? And then, kind of, are you going to plan on kind of reboot the whole idea, or are you going to keep some of the ideas from the original?
Yeah, so it's kind of like an expansion / reimagining of the same game, because we felt that the original game had so much potential. So we want to continue building on top of the original game, basically. And so we're expanding the world with, like, I think it's something around 60%, adding additional content. So it's going to feel like it's so much bigger. So it's gonna feel like a new game, basically. But we wanted to. We went for that instead of making a sequel because we saw so much potential in the original game. Even if it's good, I mean, we it was kind of short because we had very short development time. So we just felt that we can make this bigger and longer and release it on. There were a specific console that we didn't release the game on that we would like to release on too.
Yes.
Probably guess which one.
The Switch. It would be lovely to see it on the Switch.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that's nothing more embarrassing than getting your ass kicked by the developers in chat going, I can't figure out your puzzle. What the hell am I supposed to do?
I'm looking at Stacy trying to figure out the time puzzle.
You have been close to solving the puzzle many times.
Yeah, I
think
keep
you
on
are
here
very close
almost
to the
there. I'm like, no, I'm not. No, we're close.
Sitting here and I'm thinking, I'm sitting there thinking, maybe Karen a little. I'm like, man, it's been a while. Maybe they won't remember how to solve the puzzle.
This is where Leo says, actually, there are more than one solutions to this puzzle.
With my finger like this.
Like Dr. Evil.
Yes.
I will give you the solution for 1 million.
Okay, listen here, you son of a bitch. Not you, the game. Sorry, I knew what I meant.
The thing is, it's these puzzles, like I said, it's these puzzles when you finally complete them, you're like, oh shit, yeah, that makes sense now.
You got this,
But
Stacy.
it's
Go,
definitely
Stacy.
it's like
Go, Stacy, go.
it's definitely, but you can tell at this point this is the ones where you're like, yeah, there's definitely Zelda-esque puzzles and solutions and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a massive sense of achievement when you actually finally get the solution. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
that's how you do it.
And I love how the difficulty ramps up from puzzle 2 to puzzle 3. Right? It's like, okay, so this was okay. I can solve this, and then you get into puzzle 3,
And you're like, I don't know. Exactly, like, and we're done. My brain's dead. I don't know.
You want to talk about puzzles? Me and Stacy, we did. Wendy's.
Oh, I hate you right now.
You should try do the same thing, but like try the same solution, but from another, like rotate the solution so that you put the platforms elsewhere.
What are you trying
So
to
that's
say?
what I can see. I'm trying to help him in some way without being too specific.
I appreciate it. I do. Thank you.
There was a fast food chain in America, Wendy's, released their own tabletop game, and there was a bunch of riddles that you had to go through. And one of the riddles was, how many chicken nuggets can you put in a box before it is no longer empty? And Stacey spent 10 minutes on it.
Longer.
Well, oh yeah, about 20. But he's like, how many nuggets can you fit? How many? And they kept looking up on their website to see how many packs there were. And then I was like, do you want the solution? He goes, yeah, it's 1. Fuck you! I got
I felt so dumb, but then I stopped. Went, yeah, it sounds about right. Stacy being an idiot again. Hey Rex, good to see ya. We're doing great, man.
When it comes to puzzles and stuff, and like having the sudden, like one of them was like, what was it? One of them was the more you leave, the more you take, the more you take, the more you leave behind. And everyone was like, the hell? And this one had 2 solutions, and I was like, what the hell? And I gave them in the end. I'm like, huh? I'm so glad these puzzles are a lot more satisfying when you solve them.
Yeah,
Don't make Stacy get up in a mess.
This is one of the kind of puzzles where once you solve it, you can, you've like, okay, now I got the idea behind this kind of puzzle, so now it's much more, it just becomes easier to understand. Like it's one of those, like once you solve it, it becomes easy all of a sudden. Like, oh, why didn't I thought of that from the beginning, etc. Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I'm looking at this puzzle now, and I'm like, this is the one I spent the most time on. I can remember this one being the one that drove me nuts.
This is why the how long
wait a
to
second.
beat page.
Do you want me to help you out, Stacey?
Yes, please. Just let me get past this.
Yeah. So you should. What you just did was you put those platforms on that side. I would suggest you to put the both of them on the other side. I mean, where you are. Like, if you go
Okay.
back to the platforms and push them back where they were original. Like, if you push them towards you,
Okay.
where you're now. Okay, so if you try to. Oh, yeah.
Did I
Yeah.
do it backwards?
Yeah. No. That's
Yeah.
good. That's
Okay.
good. And now you push that one over to that side. Yeah, there you go. And now the last platform, you just leave it be there, and just use the other two platforms.
Last platform. There's a third one?
So that one, yeah, and no. I mean the time platform and
Yeah.
and the one at the edge. If you use that one, I think you should be able to.
Yeah, you the one that's in the middle. You leave there, and then you use the outer one and the timer one, and then you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm starting to have vivid flashbacks about this puzzle.
1 second, guys. I'm sorry. Mel, thank you very much for 5 months of total support, 1 month in a row at tier 1. Welcome back, buddy, to the sub family. Let me go ahead and get you some hypes.
Wow.
Welcome back, bud. Thank you so very much for your continued support. I really appreciate it. All right, damn it. Listen here, you time puzzle.
You're about to solve it, I promise.
All right.
I'm just waiting for the roar of victory as soon as he figures it out.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna come soon. So don't touch the the platform that's nearest the
All right.
glowing.
All right.
Cell there.
I'm afraid to move this because now I'm terrified I'm going to screw it up somehow.
Don't be afraid. Just
Alright.
try it out.
The funny
There's
thing is,
there's just
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
platform that you can't move. And that's the one closest
if
to
I
the line.
remember rightly, I kind of got to the middle bit and I just started smacking them around randomly. I was like, and it solved itself. I was like, oh, well, that'll do it. It wasn't one of those ones where you know when you kind of get into a sudden frustration, you just start just batting things around. Like, just solve it, please. I'll close my eyes and hope everything goes the best.
Now comes the moment of truth. I think it's gonna solve it now.
Yeah, you put too much faith in me, sir.
The pressure is on.
The pressure is on.
Work backwards. I'm confused. I'm sorry. Obviously, it can't be that. No, wait, no. Oh my dirty gumdrops. Beavis! Thank you very much for gifting a tier 1 sub to Mrs. Danville.
Hey, don't blame me. It's their fault. They bought you the
Everyone's
gift.
sitting here now. Can you just about?
I know,
Everyone's just sat there watching intently, going, "Come on, Stacey, you can do it."
Yeah. It's reminds me so much of when we were watching Twitch streams on release day.
Yeah.
There was this-
I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
Wait a
there was
second.
This
hold
one
on.
guy that couldn't get past this puzzle for
Nope,
so
didn't work.
long.
Damn it. Okay, hold on.
I think we were writing in the chat, like as the developers, and they sort of interpreted it as us making fun of them instead of we were actually trying to help. But they were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, the developers are here and they're making fun of you."
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
I think we sorted it out kind of quickly though. So
I mean, I definitely wouldn't actively suggest you make fun of Stacey. No. Oh, if he could reach through the microphone right now, I swear I'd just be slapped in the face.
Hit it, Stacy. Hit it.
Hit it. What, this way?
Hit it.
I don't know, man.
This is the reason we have 3 hours on How Long to Beat and not 2 hours.
Just because this one puzzle. That won't. How is that gonna? That can't work.
This puzzle is like 30% of the game's playtime.
You cannot hit it diagonally, no, unfortunately. That
No.
won't work either.
I mean, it's not only for Stacy. Yeah. But like now you have the time pedestal, the moving time pedestal. It's your stand. It's yeah.
You can
You
move
should
that.
have. Yeah, I mean it's hard for us to say move that one because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
understand,
yeah,
bud.
yeah.
your video stream we see it afterwards.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So what you need to do is move the time pedestal and the one on the outer rim,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
leave the one in the middle, and then you
I'd
should be
say move them clockwise until you solve the puzzle.
What? Really?
Move,
Yeah.
clockwise
Yeah.
until you solve the puzzle.
yeah.
And now move the time pedestal clockwise. Yeah.
Well, because I can figure out how to get this guy lined up to punch in there. I just can't figure out how
And
to...
continue moving the platform.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I thought... I don't know why, guys, but I'm like, oh, it has to be right here. We have to have 2 right here to get it in. God damn it, Stacy. Oh, I feel so dumb right now. Oh, man. That should have made sense that I
GG.
didn't need that. But in my head, I'm like,
God.
yeah, I need that.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a confusing puzzle, man. It's not your fault.
Blocks won't don't punch each other. Yeah, okay. Should all that should have made sense, but it didn't. That's all right though. Thank you very much for your help. Oh God, where am I going? Oh God, no! Okay, we're good. Oh, the
How
button.
many people can say that they sat there and played the game with 2 of the devs and they had to give them the solution?
Yeah.
The way you're
How did
going,
you
I thought you
solve
needed 2K. So was it just me that thought that? Oh my fucking Thank
Oh
you.
my fucking Satan. Thank you, Satan, for letting him figure it.
Thank you for the 100 bits.
Oh,
Oh,
dude. Don't,
Yeah.
Lexi, don't thank Satan. Thank Kevin and Lee.
Ow.
We're basically Satan at this point after that puzzle, right?
Oh.
I mean, we created it, and now we gave him the solution. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, can you just imagine someone, Stacy sits there and someone else's stream that's playing the game, like, oh, how did you figure it out? I said, well, the devs gave me this solution.
Yeah, the devs had to come in and tell me what?
they felt a disturbance in the force and felt inclined to come and hunt me down.
They felt a disturbance. I forgot my daughter put her cotton candy in there. That's gonna taste great. I think I'm just gonna find something else. The gears were moving so hard, smoke was coming out of his ears. Shut up, Mel. Jesus.
I just want to give you a heads up that I'm gonna be able to be here 9 minutes more, and then
Hey, it's
do
It's
something
fine.
else.
yes,
It's
totally
It's,
fine.
I think once Stacy watches this cutscene, after that puzzle, I think he needs to go and rethink his life choices.
Yeah.
Wait a second. What cutscene? Is there a cutscene coming up that I'm gonna just hate
Oh
my
no,
life
I
for?
No.
Oh.
There isn't one. I thought no, I misjudged the section. I thought there was one coming up, and there isn't.
Or I mean, who knows? Maybe.
Yeah, dark. Gosh, ruin everything. Why don't you?
Shut your face.
All right. Now I'm just having fun jumping around like, yeah, that's right, world. Watch out for me. I know what I'm doing.
And then he falls straight off the cliff and has to start all over again.
Ooh, I found a cage. A cage. It's not a cage anymore. It's a cage, because that makes sense. Jesus, Stacy. Yeah,
I mean,
you're
you
welcome,
have-
you little ghost thing.
You have to admit, right, Stacey, we've come up. This is you're at the 3-hour mark. According to the websites that you've been reading, you should be finished by now.
Dark, sir. I'm gonna have to ask you a question. I need to ask you a favor, okay, sir?
Is it go fuck yourself?
No, I was gonna say bite my ass, but yes, go fuck yourself too, sir.
Sounds painful to ask someone to bite your ass.
Oh dear. Well, I mean, obviously, I think this
Oh.
might be an idea. Yeah. So, oh, what's the matter, Stace?
Oh God, 15 seconds, one hand. How do you expect me to do this on this game? Oh shit, how am I supposed to jump now? Okay, there.
Stacy has things called stream loot cards, and inside the stream loot cards is random packs of cards where people can use them to troll Stacy.
Okay, there we go.
One of them was just play the game with one hand.
For 15 seconds only, thankfully. If it was any more, I would just rethink my entire life.
What controller do you use when playing?
Oh, just a PS4. I've tried to use Xboxes, but they hurt my hand. I don't. It's hard to explain why, but what? I hate you, Vec.
Mordanville, Asa 35, Fisk
What
41, G4, and
Put my hands up for 5 seconds.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah, some of the controls are really mean. One of them is press press
W.
forward.
Yeah, W for
W.
30 seconds, which in this case would be, forward, but one hand PC would be slightly doable. Yeah. I didn't know it. I suppose, of course, it has PC, just mouse and keyboard. That fucking bird. That fucking bird, man. Yeah.
Mordanville is such a spammer. Devilish face. Devilish face. Devilish face. Devilish face. Devilish face. Devilish face.
Just slightly.
Devilish face.
I have to admit, this has been fun.
Devilish face.
I mean, the fact that we sat here for 3 hours watching Stacy fail miserably,
Devilish
and
face.
I had the opportunity to talk to you guys. It's been amazing.
Lord, I cannot drink this right now. It has my daughter's manhandled cotton candy in there. I don't know where those hands have been, dude. I'm not drinking water. You can wait a minute. Oh, Lex with 100 bits.
What I just watched was
Do we
like
have
a
any
commercial
other-
from those
have you
puzzle
missed any
games of people
questions?
not getting it.
I don't
Right,
think
you
so.
might
I mean,
wanna
Stacy
download the game
had
so
the
you can
list of
just
them. We
prove
had
to
people use
yourself
channel
that you
points so that we could keep them in a
can
list
do
and
it
then
all.
keep them
Do you
and
know
then
what I mean,
mark them as
Jelly Bean?
complete as we went through them. But yeah, before everyone has to go and we have to end everything, does anyone have any last minute questions for Kevin and Leo? I keep thinking that I'm getting Leo's name wrong for some strange reason. I know I'm not. I'm not. But I have this sneaking suspicion that I'm getting it wrong. Yeah, so if anyone has any last minute questions before we shoot, then please feel free to do so just before, because we've got about roughly 4 or 5 minutes before everyone has to go. So I mean, Stacy, you've kind of, like I said, you have 3 hours in now. How about you give everybody your opinions and
When is the sequel?
It will be a true test of your power.
When is the sequel coming in? Well, I honestly don't really know at this point because we're looking for publisher.
Because are you gonna be going through the same publisher also, or are you gonna be going through a different one this time?
We are in the talks with publishers at the moment. We haven't decided yet. We're still talking initially with publishers, along with our original publisher. So
here comes the big question for all the fans like me who love Steam: is this going to be an Epic exclusive for the sequel? Going to be Epic exclusive for a year, or are you going to be doing all platforms?
Oh,
or is that more of a question to ask the publisher when it comes time?
It depends on how much money we get from Epic.
Well, for your sake, financially, I hope you do. For my sake, I hope you don't, because I really want to play your game quickly.
Well, I think that we're not gonna do anything exclusive just because.
That was fucking amazing.
I can't imagine it being so. I have no idea how much money you get out of those deals, cutting those deals.
Well, from what the Metro Exodus devs have said, apparently it's a lot.
Wow. But I don't know if they would even be interested in cutting that kind of deal with us. But so I think anyways, like what we're going for is to create a platform agnostic platformer, which no matter where you should be able to get it anywhere. And we're gonna think long and hard before we before we cut those kinds of deals. So
yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to when you, because obviously what I personally think that once you get as potentially someone who will publish it to the Switch for you, I think you'll see a massive increase in sales because the Switch is definitely a console that's designed for Skylar Unplugged. It is a family-friendly console, which everybody loves their platformers for. And I think what you can get, so everyone needs to go to Twitter and start doing, hashtag Skylar Unplugged sequel and get it trending. Come on, let's get it trending. Get some publishers interested. But how many levels? It's I'm sure Leo and Kevin can tell you that it's not exactly one. It's more one level than separate levels, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean the levels are huge in this game. The first game, the one that we've been playing today, that Stacey's been playing today, has technically like 5 levels. Or 5 levels, right?
Technically 5.
Something like that. Yeah, something like that.
Technically 5.
There you go. I got you. They got the hashtag started. Come join in with me, guys. Come on. Let's get this hashtagging. Yeah. That sounded so stupid.
Oh Jesus Christ! You did as well.
What did you think I was joking?
Oh Christ!
I'm not joking. This is a fantastic fucking game. I'm loving this. I want a sequel like now. Leo, are you coming back or are you staying with your own? Because I want your controls, man. I need these controls again.
You need your controls, man.
That's what I just wanted to. Yeah, I just wanted to what's the word for it?
Reiterate.
Reiterate. Yeah, I'm not working on the sequel. I was a developer for Skylar Unplugged's Adventure on Clover Island, the first one.
I was hoping you were like, but I'm just freelancing right now, kind of thing. That was worth a hope. Listen here, whoever's designing the controls, I've got my eye on you. You got something. You got big boots to feel. All right, Phil.
Get the controls right, or you see that face there? He's going to be sat at the end of the bed until you get it right.
End of the bed, just. I see you sleeping. You should be programming. Come on, fix it.
But we're maintaining the same we have the same philosophy and pillars so we're gonna make sure that the controls feel really good.
Cool.
Yeah, that's one of the important aspects of a platformer.
That's exactly it, right? You really can't have a platformer without really good controls, or else you'll get, what was it? Oh, Bugsy 3D? Does anybody here remember Bugsy 3D?
Yeah, I think so. Is it with the, let me see here. Bugsy, for PlayStation.
Yep. Bugsy on the PlayStation.
Oh dear God, no! I'd repress that memory. Make it go away. No.
I think I've seen Donkey.
No. Okay, we're good. Okay, Stacy managed not to die. All right, good. Sorry.
All right, guys. I need to leave the stream. It's been a blast.
Thank you, both you guys, so much for joining us. I had a friggin' blast. I know Dark he was so excited for this. I don't think I could explain to you how excited he was.
I said to Stacey, he's like, what do you mean by excited? I'm vibrating. What the hell?
Because he ranted and raved about this one of his favorite games. He wants me to talk to you guys. I'm like, well, of course, I would love to. I love talking to developers. I love hearing, have my questions asked because I'm a crabby gamer, whatever. But I'm just so thankful that you were able to come on and have fun. I'm so excited for the sequel. I can't wait. I better hear about this so I can get people hyped for this damn thing. Just saying.
Thank you so much, guys. I'm glad that you gave us the opportunity to come here and to hang out with you. I think me and Leo, I can speak for the both of us. I think that we have a blast just as much as you have had. And I hope to come back one day again and talk when we've released something or when we have I've announced something. Like I can come back and talk more.
You don't. We'll definitely have you back, and we don't have to talk about your game. We can talk about anything.
That would be lovely.
You're fun to talk.
Thanks, man. And Leo, thank you so much for taking the time to accompany me with here. I know that it's it's always when you're working for another company, it becomes a bit conflict of interest, so to speak. But it's I appreciate it a lot that you came to hang
Seriously,
out
Leo,
with me today and with us.
I'm glad they're not going to be getting mad at you. If they are, please blame this on me. Stacy Kruger, it's his fault. I threatened him. Yes, I threatened him with being hung from the ceiling by his toes if he didn't come. So it's all my fault.
Stacy threatened to sit inside your closet until you came and sit there.
And nobody wants that. I stink. Trust me.
Just looking through the slats, going, "Come on to my show."
Yeah, and also big shout out to Big shout out to all the fans that hung out with us here on the Twitch stream and been hanging out, writing chats, etc. And just to just say it again, we have a Discord server.
Yes. Let me throw that back in chat. Go ahead, keep talking. I'll repost it for you.
Yeah. So we have a Discord server where you can engage with us and the community. We're happy to hear all your thoughts and suggestions about our upcoming title. If you have any ideas, any questions, we hang out almost on a daily basis on the Discord server. The developers are, and also we have an active speedrunning community. If you want to get into speedrunning, go into speedrunning.com. I think.
Speedrun.com.
Speedrun.com.
Stacy speedruns Earthbound occasionally, so
I did Fallout 3 for quite a while, and then I was just like, I'm going to take a break from speedrunning for a little bit, but
again, thank you so much for spending some time with us today. Thank you for saying yes. When you said yes, I was like, Stacy, what? He's like, what? Like, they're gonna come and hang out. Like, whoa.
Yeah, I was like, really? They said yes. I promise that I'm doing like the Minnesota goodbye here. I'm sorry. I promise to be the last thing I say. I'm a small streamer, as you could tell. I'm realistically nobody on Twitch. So a developer of any size saying, yeah, sure. I'm like, fuck me, really?
So you're doing a great job. I mean, it's a blast to hang out with you, and it's been really good. So keep up the good work, man. And
seriously,
and likewise to you, Dark Holes.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Keep doing what you guys do. I believe in what you're doing, and hopefully one day you're gonna get there.
Leo, any games you work on in the future, let me know. I will play those sons of bitches. That's a promise.
Do you play VR games?
Oh yes, a matter of fact. I like this.
So he's working on VR games.
If you're not allowed to tell me on air, could you just let me know off air which one to be looking for?
I think you should check out a game I released last year called Acron: Attack of the Squirrels.
Sir, yes, sir.
Send it to Stacy in a DM, and no word of a lie, we'll make sure this happens, because that's
Attack of the Squirrels.
Thank you, Laser. Thank you. Right? Oh no, I already own this, dude. I'm sorry, Laser. Crap. Oh, I'm sorry, bud. Oh, crap. I feel bad now. He was nice enough to send me a game, and I already own the sumbitch. I feel terrible now.
Anyway, Stacy, we need to say goodbye to these nice gentlemen, because it is 11 o'clock at night.
Yes, I'm sorry. Go the frig to sleep, please.
All right. Have a nice one, guys.
Hey, take care and be good, guys.
Take care. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I need to get Acron. Alrighty, let me throw that on my wish list right quick so I can remember to come back to it.
On that note,
you need a break, sir, don't you? So do I.
Well, I'm going to go to bed.
No, you're not. Sleep.
Well, okay, I might not be going to bed, but I'm going to go upstairs and end my stream so I can pretend to go to sleep.
Let me double check. It says that I owned it when I tried to accept it. Hold on. I don't own it. Why the hell is it saying I own it? Try sending that to me again, would you, bud? I think Steam's just having one of its moments because it's the Steam sales. That whole thing. I am sweating so bad. I need to take a break. Dark, sleep well. Thank you again for what you did to help us get this whole thing put together.
Definitely.
Dude, oh my God, did I have fun. I can't wait to...
Good.
Next game, the sequel, I'm playing. No ifs, ands, or
Definitely.
buts about it. I'm going to check out the VR game. Guys,
Yes.
once again, if you have not done so already, remember, go on to Steam wishlist Skylar and Plux Adventure on Clover Island. Throw it on your wish list. If you have the money, go buy it right now. This game's fucking amazing. Like, it's short, but my God, is it sweet. It's so sweet. I'll give you a cavity.
Just remember, when it comes to that puzzle, go clockwise.
Fuck off. I'll be back in a minute. Dark Holson is an asshole. I love you, Dark.
love
Take
you
care,
too.
buddy.
Bye. Bye.
See y'all in a few short minutes. Bye-bye. Not bye-bye. See you in a few. I knew what I meant.